Good morning. Welcome to the VIP Distinguished Citizen Award Program for 2023. I'm John Newhouser. I'm a director, Manatee River Fair Association. I'm going to be your MC for today. And I thank you all for joining us. This is a great crowd, great crowd. It's my understanding we have some guests today that include elected officials and other dignitaries. If you could please rise and stand at this time, we'd like to recognize you. It's always good to see those faces, and we really appreciate all you do for us as elected officials. We also represented by a number of our Manatee Fair Board directors. If we could ask them to, hopefully they're all standing now and gave up their seats, ask them to stand, be recognized. They're the ones in the red coats if you haven't figured that out. I'd also like to give saying a very special thanks, doesn't even cover it, to our fair manager, Danny Alfonso, our fair office manager, Cindy Patterson, Stevie John, and all the ground staff that works for him, and hundreds of volunteers that prepare our fair each year for your enjoyment. You just can't even fathom the number of hours that this group of people put in to put on that two-week event that's coming up. So once again, let's have a big round of applause for Danny and everything they do. For those of you that have been familiar with our operations over the years and everything, I believe the name Wileen Rickley might mean something to some of you. She retired from our event a while ago, but Wileen is with us in the crowd. Wileen, can you stand up? You deserve, if you can't, that's okay. But she deserves, there she is right out there. She deserves a big hand. She's been invaluable for so many years, and she still is. So she'll always be part of our team. At this time, I'd like to welcome our president, Diana Baker, to the stage, and she can help me stall for 10 minutes. Diana, come on up.
Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure seeing all of you, and thank you for joining us for the 107th VIP and Distinguished Citizen Luncheon. Our board of directors enjoy this time with you and look forward to honoring our VIP sponsors as well as announcing our 2023 Distinguished Citizen at the end of our program. Next Thursday, I invite all of you to join us right back here on this beautiful fairgrounds for a much planned and anticipated 2023 fair. The board looks forward to hosting you so you can enjoy 11 days of what our fair has to offer you and your family. You don't want to miss all the events, entertainment, shows, and especially the food. So please join us so you can see why we say what a sight to see in 2023. I hope you enjoy your meal and our program. I'd like to introduce you to our CEO and fair manager, Danny Alfonso.
Thank you. We are extremely grateful for all of our sponsors. Many of you who are here today who have contributed either financially, through materials, your time, or services. This year we have over 100 sponsors that have donated in one shape or form, either in kind or financially, and we are extremely grateful for y'all. We have a very entertaining lineup this year for the fair. It's really, I'm really excited about this fair. Our main stage attractions that we have this year are probably some of the best that we've had, because there's going to be a different one on the stage every day. In addition to our entertainment lineup, we have one of the largest 4-H and youth livestock shows in the state of Florida. And this year we have 708 Manatee County youth 4-H and FFA registered to show livestock and plants during the fair. We'd also like to invite everybody to come out to the sales this year, support our youth livestock sales. Our steer sale will be on January 14th at 1 o'clock, and with the rabbit meat pen sale immediately following that. And then the plant sale will start at 6 p.m. that evening. The swine sale will be on Saturday, January 21st at 1 o'clock, and the poultry meat pen will be following the swine sale. Our arts and crafts department will be opening up this weekend to take registrations, and we're expecting a very, very good turnout for that as well. To see a list of all of our daily lineup and everything, it's all on our website. We also have flyers there on the tables. And the poker chip, if you want to take the poker chip with you, if you scan the back of that, that will also has a QR code, and it has our daily lineup on there as well. But we'd like to ask everyone to please help us thank our sponsors by patronizing their businesses and actually going to our website and clicking on each one of our sponsors, and it'll take you right to their website. Thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to be here to help us kick off this year's fair, but also to help us honor this year's distinguished citizen. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana and Danny, for that. Speaking of those poker chips, if you want to grab those after the event, we'll go over in the corner and we'll have a little poker game. So we can have some fun there. Yeah, I'll get an applause for that. Okay. Now, if I can ask you all to please stand as Pastor David Murphy from Bayside Church provides today's invocation, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance led by our 2022 Distinguished Citizen, Buddy Keene, and our national anthem sung by Fair Director Christopher Miller.
Thank you, guys. On behalf of Bayside, thank you for allowing us to come and pray. And from us at North River, that meets in Waukesha Wallow, you're all always very invited. And if you don't understand my accent, don't worry. I'm praying to the God of the Bible, okay? Let's pray together. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the privilege to stand and, Lord, honor you today. And, Lord, thank you for, Lord, 100+ years of your faithfulness to the fair, to this area. Lord, we pray your hand of protection over all the vendors, the volunteers, for the few weeks ahead of us, Lord. May it be a time when there will be rejoicing and unity in this area. Lord, I pray that as we celebrate what you have done and what we can see, Lord, the beauty of animals and creativity, Lord, I pray your hand of protection over it all. And Lord, today we thank you for the food that you have provided. May we honor you in our conversation and in the way we deal with one another. And Lord, may your name be exalted in this area. We love you. We thank you. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
If y'all would join me in the pledge allegiance to the flag is above you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation, which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bumps bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
we're having to adapt a little bit. If you're hearing the thunder and the whole thing, we've got a bunch of nervous people preparing steaks outside. So anyways, thank you, Pastor Murphy and Buddy and Christopher. Thank you for the wonderful job you all did. And also, I'd like just only going to mean something to the steer team. I was been told to have you guys on the ready. I think we're going to move you up before our lunch break. So anyways, without further ado, I'll get off the stage and make way for whatever's going to happen.
Good afternoon. Now, you know these people are scared to death out here right now, right? So pray for them. They're trying to do the best they can. I'd like to introduce you to Gene Wingate today. He's going to be doing our mock auction. Yeah, I know it's the biggest sixth grader you've ever seen. I know. Actually hasn't grown up yet. Most sixth graders are taller than he is. But anyhow, I'm going to show you a couple little things at the end to help us with the auction. Today, Peter Foley will be taking your bid. There's three bidders in the auction, so watch and let's have a little fun with it. And when Gene gets done, I'm gonna go over more details of what to do at the auction, okay? You okay there, Danny? You all right, bud? All right. Gene Wingate.
All right, we want to welcome y'all to the 2023 Manatee County Fair Steer Sale. A warm welcome, big thank you to all your registered bidders, young people who've worked so hard throughout the year for this auction. Our first steer up is accompanied by FFA student Danny Alfonso, a 12-year-old sixth grader. He's a little short for a sixth grader, but we'll go with it. The steer's weighing in at 1,200 pounds. Who wants to start the bidding at $2? I have to get it to 2 now, 2.5, I think I have to get 2.5, now 75. Here's 75 now, 3, now quarter. I got 3/4, 3.5, now a half, get a half, 3 to 75, now 4, now 4, get a 4 in the back. I need 4.5, now half, to get a half, to get 4.5, now 75. 75 now, 5 to get it, $5. 5, now I need 5, 5.5, now 5.5 to get a half, now 75, now 75 to get it, 5 to get 75 to get 75, $6, now I get 6, now 6, now half, 6.5, now half to get a half, now 6.5, now 75, now 7. I got 6.75 in the back. I need 7. I got to be $7. Oh, 7.5. Now in a half. 7. I got 7 down front. Need to be in a half. 7.5. Last call. 7.5. 7.5. Last call. 7.5. Sold him down front. Number 7. Thank you, Esposito Law Group.
Come on down so we can get a check from them.
Let's everybody come down to the front here. We can get a picture with our exhibitor and our buyer, and we'll turn it back over to Mr. Wolf.
Gene, go in there and get your picture. Go come around and get your picture. Danny, let Gene get in there for a picture. Don't stand next to Danny, he'll look shorter that way. I thought we got to put him on probation just for a second. But now, wasn't that fun? Huh? For all the people who have done it before, it's a natural thing for us to do. But I want to tell you a few details. Steers are so noisy sometimes. When you come to the sale, steer sale, hog sale, plant sale, first thing you want to do is go to that arena. You want to look for the buyer's table. It will be the line of people. We have some great volunteers, and they're going to take your name, your address, and give you that buyer's card. Okay, so you have a number. You know what to do. Then you get in the crowd, and it's exciting. There's times when we've had things go to $20-something a pound for a needed child that needed something, and the community wrapped their arms around it. You could feel the energy. It was exciting. For the people that were there, you know exactly what I mean. Then once you're in that bleacher, They're in the ring is usually myself, Peter, John, Mitchell, Hugh. We're in there and we're happy to take your money. We are, because we're helping kids, and there's a future for these young people. They're in the right place, they're at the right time, they're being seen in the right place. So please come and help support it. We appreciate it. It's a great program. Today, and once you've purchased, you'll come down to our side of the arena, and we have people that lead you step by step, and you'll have your picture taken just like you saw with the child and with the animal. And then a few months later, you'll get a plaque that you can put in your office. You know, we literally have buyers that have 50, 60 of these things hanging in rooms, and literally, it's a great thing. It's a great moment for them, and it's a great tribute to you for helping. So that's the process. Today, I'm really proud to introduce, because I think this is the cool part of the program and what this program means. Today, I want to introduce you to Susan Wilkinson. She's going to spend a few minutes and tell you why this program is important and what it did for her. Ms. Wilkinson. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. Thank you for the privilege to speak with y'all today. My name is Suzanne Wilkinson. My husband and I, Tom, are physicians in Manatee County. We have been in private practice in internal medicine for 37 years, and we hope to retire in June, the good Lord willing. Go ahead and clap. It's a big deal. When Diane asked me to speak, she asked for some pictures. She did not tell me that the most embarrassing picture of my life was going to be on the big screen. This is me when I was 12 years old. This is this is me at the Manatee County Fair in 1968 as a 12-year-old in 4-H. I grew up in Manatee County. My parents were Art and Agnes Vandergrind. They moved here to Palmetto from Northwest Iowa in 1957. All my parents knew was farming. They bought 40 acres of land on the very end of Palmview Road, and they started Art's Poultry Farm. It wasn't long before they had about 5,000 chickens, about 100 head of Black Angus cattle, and 7 kids. I went to Palmview Elementary School, and when we were old enough, we joined the 4-H, because that's what you did when you lived on a farm. My dad had to drop out of school when he was in the 7th grade, so to get an education for his 7 kids was incredibly important, and he knew that 4-H would allow us to do it. His most important goals when we were growing up was teaching us how to work hard on the farm. Taking care of 5,000 chickens and 100 head of cattle was not easy, but we did it. When I was old enough, I joined 4-H, and every year he would give us kids a steer from his herd, and it was our job to feed it, tame it, and get it ready for the fair. Looking forward to Fair Week was better than Christmas for us. It was the highlight of our year, was the Manatee County Fair. At one time, we had 4 Vandergrind kids in that old barn. The steer show, the ribbons, the sale, they were some of the best days of my life growing up. My dad would let us keep all the money from our steer sales, and every dime would go into the bank. The money raised through the steer sales, plus a very generous Kiwanis scholarship when I was a senior, paved the way for medical school, residency, and then when my husband and I finished our residency, the only place I wanted to come back to was Manatee County. So we've been here, like I said, for 37 years. It was actually either Manatee County or Pahokee where he grew up. So no offense, but it wasn't a big choice. Excuse me, I had to throw in a plug for Belle Glade and Pahokee. Right. The 4-H just really does remain one of the most cherished memories of my life. Being in that old barn, it was incredible. The camaraderie of other 4-Hers. When he said there were only over 700 kids now in 4-H and FFA, that is incredible. But I just want everybody to know how important for me 4-H was in my career. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wilkinson, for that inspirational story, and thank you to our whole auction team, auctioneer, and little Danny can now save and go to college, so everybody did well, but thousands of kids have gone through this program and gone through this, and we're so proud to be here for them, and we couldn't do it without all of you. So just tell everybody you know, and come out to these auctions, support these kids. They work hard, and it means a lot to them. So, and also at this time, I'd like to thank the Parish Community High School FFA alumni for fighting a storm and preparing our lunch today, along with Popey's Place 2, Michael Amaris. So I think they're ready. So if you want to make your way over to the serving line over in that end, have a great lunch, and we'll see you back in a little bit. Those of you that, if this is your first one, you're lucky. Those of you that have attended this event over the years, aren't you glad we're not in a tent today? This would have been a real nightmare. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed your lunch. And once again, I think we need to do another round of applause for, hang on a second. For the Parish Community High School FFA alumni, Popey's. What a job. I mean, you know, prepare 160 steaks in the rain. Great job. Great job. So, all right, now let me get reorganized. Okay. Of course, an event like this has to have sponsors. And I would like to recognize our VIP reception sponsors, Bank of America, Malden Jenkins, and NDC Construction. So first, let's welcome Ron Allen of NDC to the stage.
Good afternoon. On behalf of NDC Construction and all of our NDC family companies, we appreciate the opportunity to participate in such a wonderful event. And I will also give credit that we have concrete floors, yes. Which is also very exceptional for today. And so, you know, the fair, it's a wonderful part every time January comes around and we get ready to start the fair, because this is just one of those great features, in my opinion, keeps Bradenton, Manatee County, a little smaller town, Palmetto, a little smaller area where we're sort of family as opposed to parts of the year where we're much bigger and act like a big city. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the cooks today, especially as you described with the rain out there. And again, this luncheon is so special because every year we get to recognize one of our premier, one of our most dedicated individuals to Manatee County. And it's such a pleasure to be part of that. And I know this year's recipient deserves it as much as anyone in the past, because they all do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ron. Next, I'd like to welcome Brian Carter of Malden Jenkins.
Well, first of all, thanks to everyone for coming out today to support this lunch and this event, and to obviously recognize our distinguished citizen later on. Malden & Jenkins is starting its 105th year in operation, and for many of those years we've been a supporter and a sponsor of the fair. It's something we look forward to every year. I can't tell you how fast the tickets go from our staff. It's a great event. Like I said, we look forward to it every year. So again, thanks for being here today, and we'll see you next week at the fair.
Okay, last but not least, Matt Real of Bank of America.
Hi, everyone. Now, usually every year, Andy Miner from Miner and Associates with Merrill Lynch is the one who comes up here, and he's wearing the red jacket, and he fits the role a lot better. He has the cowboy hat, and he's been doing it for years. He unfortunately is out of town, and so unfortunately for you, I'm here in his stead. Now, I have to say, Bank of America Merrill Lynch, we've been sponsors for years, and I think this is the 107th fair this year. I moved down here in 2018. I've got twins. They're 7 years old. They love this. They look forward to it. And at Bank of America and Merrill Lynch, our purpose is to improve the financial lives of our clients through the power of every connection. And one of the ways that we do this is we invest in organizations that we think support our core values and make the community better. What a better organization than this? And I personally go, my kids go, our employees go, we talk about it, we take pictures, we love it. Couldn't be more thrilled to be a part of it, and couldn't be more thrilled to be a partner with you. So, thanks.
Thank you, Matt. And special thanks to all these organizations for the many years they've sponsored our VIP reception. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce Director Bob Gauze to introduce us to this year's 2023 Fair Queens.
Thank you. Usually Sue Revel does this, but she couldn't be here today, so she asked me to step in. I want to start by saying thank you to Arctic Air Home Services. They are the gold sponsor that is sponsoring the Fair Queens this year. So thank you to them, and thank you all for being here. I want to start by introducing our mini Miss Grayson Carpenter. She is 8 years old in the 2nd grade, and she attends Barbara Harvey Elementary. Thank you for being here. Just stay up here, Grayson. Just come up. Our next is our little Miss Zion LeBeau. Come on up. She is our little Miss Fair Queen. She is 12 years old, is in the 7th grade, and is attending Manatee Learning Academy. Thank you for being here. And now we also have, I'm going to introduce our junior Miss. Our junior Miss is Miss Reese Williams. She is 16 years old. She's in the 11th grade, and she is attending St. Stephen's Academy. And our Miss Manatee County Fair, give it up for Miss Alyssa Pritchett. Alyssa Pritchett is our Miss Manatee County Fair. She is 19 years old, and she is a sophomore at State College of Florida. We appreciate them. They'll be here, and they'll be at the fair. You'll get to see them at all kinds of events, and we appreciate them being here. So thank you.
Thank you, Robert, and thank you, the Queens. Okay, next, I'd like to introduce Director Eileen Hoffner, representing our Arts and Crafts Department.
It's great to see such a huge crowd. I love this. And I want to welcome everyone on behalf of the Arts and Crafts Committee. Want to adjust? Okay, just this one? Okay. Usually I would be inviting you to see our building, but we're meeting a week earlier than we used to. It's great change, but we don't have anything to show you. If anyone wants to go over there and take a look at an empty building, go ahead, and you'll be amazed when you come back in another week. I want to know if anyone's entering anything. It's receiving weekend this weekend. And there's one thing that you didn't have to make anything all year, and you can still enter. The culinary competition. Get out a recipe tomorrow. See what you can do and bring it in Saturday morning. That's the best I can do to advertise for receiving. We have a new quilting competition this year. Every item from a purse to a king-size quilt must be at least 50% some shade of blue. And that competition, we're so grateful to have it sponsored by Mark and Mary Ann Barnaby, and thank you so much for that. So, I really enjoyed the thing with the livestock, and I got to thinking, what could we do maybe next year to liven things up a little and maybe learn something? And we're not just crafts or photography, but we're hobbies too that go into the craft category, and we do have a lot of demonstrators, and I'm wondering how our remote controlled airplanes would fit in here. Might be fun. We got a lot of little runways. Anyway, we'll work on it. We're crafts, fine arts, photography, and culinary arts. This year, the model railroad will be back, and it's going to be a pretty big layout, so I think you might enjoy that. We'll be having craft and hobby demonstrations of all kinds, from beginner to amazing. So please come to our department. Everyone is bringing in wonderful things to compete sort of against each other, and we have beautiful things every year. And one thing we want you to know, the fair store is going to be in the arts and crafts department this year, so please come get your t-shirts, your hats, all those good things, and come visit us. Thanks. See you at the fair.
Thank you, Eileen. And yeah, please, when you come to the fair, make sure you get over to the arts and crafts. They put a lot of time and effort, and they always do a fantastic job every year. Well, now we're going to shift gears and get into the 2023 Distinguished Citizen portion of our program. The Distinguished Citizen Award recognition has been given annually since 1956. Manatee County has stood the test of time and remains a special place to live because of these citizens and others like them that not only work and raise families here, but also make the extra commitment of their time and service to the many needs of the community. You can enjoy the history of the prior honorees by visiting the Footprints display located between the Manatee County Courthouse and Judicial Center in downtown Bradenton. For many years, the Esposito Law Group has sponsored our Distinguished Citizen Award. Please welcome Janelle Esposito, owner and president of Esposito Law Group. Janelle?
Good afternoon. Esposito Law Group, is it this one? Yes. Esposito Law Group is pleased to sponsor the Manatee County Distinguished Citizen Award again this year. As you know, the Distinguished Citizen Award was created to recognize those individuals who have made significant contributions to Manatee County in the way of volunteer community service. The award could not be more appropriately named considering the legacy of those who have received it in the past, many of which we saw on the screen as we were coming in today, and as we celebrate and honor the legacy of today's recipient. Of course, a citizen is defined as someone who has membership in or has sworn loyalty to a nation or a community. However, the term really does mean so much more than that. The term citizen is also used to describe the character and behavior of an individual who is viewed as a member of a particular community. More specifically, we understand that when someone is vested with citizenship in a particular community, that individual is granted certain rights and privileges. However, along with those rights and privileges come certain duties and obligations. Today, we honor a distinguished citizen, someone who has taken very seriously the duties and obligations of citizenship. We recognize this person is different. They're set apart because this is someone who has lived a life of excellent citizenship and service to this community. We recognize this person is distinct and different because they have chosen to engage in service regardless of recognition or award. We honor them because they've chosen to live a life of distinguished citizenship to this community. This year's theme for the fair is What a Sight to See in 2023. However, today we have the privilege of recognizing someone who is distinct because they've chosen to live a life of service, whether it's seen by others or not. We celebrate someone who doesn't seek recognition, but absolutely deserves it. Thank you for joining us today as we recognize and celebrate this year's Distinguished Citizen of Manatee County.
Thank you, Janelle and Esposito Law Group, for your continued sponsorship of this award. I would now like to acknowledge all of the former distinguished citizens that have joined us today. So please stand and be recognized. Oh, come on. There we go. Well, geez, buddy. All right, thank you. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Director Jerry Wolf to the stage to tell us about our 2023 Distinguished Citizen Honoree.
Thank you, John. Oh, by the way, if you'll give Danny Alfonso your keys, he'll bring your car up for you. I am very privileged to read the Distinguished Citizen this year. It's a long list of things. It's a huge thing. I'm going to kind of go through it in an outline way, but we're going to get through it. This recipient has always had the heart for people, especially for the community that gave back to them, and it helped make their American dream because this recipient loves Manatee County. He loves the American way. They also have a heart to give back, and they support in so many different ways. They've given to the Sheriff's Department, Manatee County Sheriff's Department, Highway Patrol, the Bradenton, the Palmetto Police, the fire, any kind of fishing tournament, the Manatee Memorial Hospital, Shriners, the Southeastern Guide Dogs, the City of Bradenton, City of Palmetto, every foundation you can think of. When there was a need, this recipient reached out and gave. It just goes on and on. It's just hard to read the whole list to you. And one of their big passions also is their church, and they give to their church as cooking meals, helping those people get along, and anything the church needs, those folks were there. There's being on that committee to read these, there's so many recommendations. This one says, often donate time and resources to a nonprofit organization and local charities in need of assistance. Their heart is to give back to the community they love. It's unlike any that I've ever witnessed. They have 5 kids, they have 4 kids, 8 grandkids. They were here in Manatee County in 1975. The cool thing I think is this is a couple. They've been married since 1970. When they met, they instantly had a connection to each other, and they became one. That's why I say a recipient, a one. These folks act like one. Today, I'm very proud to introduce Popey and Manny Amaris as distinguished citizens.
This way, away from the stage. John? Jerry, what are you doing? Stay with me, buddy.
Cheers, son. Where do you want me?
Is it right side up? Okay. We're going to stay right here with you.
So we're lucky enough to be daughter-in-laws. I'm Jennifer Amaris. I'm married to their oldest son, George.
And I'm Sarah Maris, and I'm married to the baby, Michael. And this is a huge honor for our in-laws, Hopi and Emmanuel. On behalf of the whole family and on behalf of them, I know that they would like to say thank you from the bottom of their hearts for this award. I know that they don't feel like they deserve it at all. They are the most humble people that we know. And I know that they truly appreciate it. They are the American dream, the epitome of the American dream, coming here as immigrants and working their way from the bottom, all the way to where they are now. And they are the hardest working people that we know. They have given their lives to our family and to our community. They don't ask for anything in return ever. They never want to be recognized for anything that they do. But yet they deserve to be recognized for sure. They definitely appreciate this, I know, for sure.
Absolutely. We had to tell a little fib to get my father-in-law here. We were at a catering the other night, and he said, I can't go. I'm not going. We have stuff we have to do.
I have to work. I can't leave the restaurant.
We said, we need you to come. Ron is winning. Ron Witt is winning, and it'll be the first time that a father and a son win. So up until right now, they didn't think they were getting this award. So
I told them that if they didn't come, it would really hurt me because they had to be here to support my dad. So that's the only way that we could get our papu here with us. Otherwise, he would be at the restaurant seating people and working. But I know that they appreciate it. Would you guys like to say anything?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
I'd like to thank you, everybody, and I'm proud to be in Manatee County. And I love all the people, all the people. This is my life. Thank you again.
We'd like to thank you, everybody. We appreciate for everything. We love Manatee County. We love people. And thank you for everything. Happy New Year, everybody.
All right, let's have one more round of applause. They're wonderful, wonderful people. Congratulations, Manny and Popey Amaris. Well deserving. Well, thank you all for coming. I think it's still raining. If you want to hang around, you can. I'll be here a while. Please join us for the 107th Manatee County Fair, which opens Thursday at 5 p.m. We are definitely the sight to see in 2023. So please come on out, and thanks again for coming. Have a great day.